while, and I'm going to have to talk fast in this video because I'm running low on video time. Now, there's a story that you can find online in reference to organized stalking or organized gang stalking or gang stalking. Excuse me, please. That you can search, and there's a video that I'm going to eventually include in the comments feature of this one that's going to totally cooperate the story I'm about to tell you. In organized gang stalking expedition that happened towards a young woman, what they did was they literally had her raped. And as they were raping her, they shoved a sock in her mouth. Now, in the previous host video, the host video, that this video is in the comments feature of, I talked to you about association, about how they'll form associations deliberately in a target's mind in order to take responsibility in a target's mind that what's happening towards them is being done deliberately. And that's the sensitization, where they'll get along a target's path and engage in certain physical gestures in order to form the association in a target's mind that this is being done deliberately towards them as a result of how many times a target experiences the same type of physical gesture every day along all of their routes. It's done to form the association that this harassment is coordinated and deliberate, okay? And that's called sensitization. So getting back to the girl that they had raped, and this is a story to illustrate to you about sensitization and the brutality and the heinousness of these crimes. What they did with this one girl is they had her raped. Then they shoved a sock in her mouth as they were raping her, okay? Then what they did on some subsequent days, weeks, and months after this attack, they got along all of her routes and threw socks along her routes. In order to not only remind her about the rape, but to also try and show her, because of the amount of physical people that they were having put along her path in reference to the number of people, it was done for intimidation purposes. Because if a person is experiencing this by 30, 40 people, 20 people, 10 people every single day for up to a month or more, then they start feeling like they're outnumbered, okay? And that's why they want to call it gang stalking. It's not stalking by gangs. This is nothing but organized harassment that's expedited through the system, using clever means to make a target feel like it's a big, gigantic group that's after them. It's not. The whole goal is to lie to people that they get to do this for them, okay, by claiming that the target is some type of social deviant of the community and we're trying to run them out in specific ways by making them feel harassed. It's not. These people don't know that this woman's been raped, okay? They're just told what to do towards her. They give them the socks and they go throw them along her path. But the goal is to form the association in the target's mind, who is now disassociated because of the rape, that they're being stalked by people they do not know. She was raped by a person she did not know. And the whole goal was to make this target feel like, well, for one, it's about perceptual warfare, because this target cannot figure out how many people know to do this and could be possibly involved in such a heinous act. Yeah. But see, here's the thing. The whole goal is to keep this girl traumatized, re-victimized, and re-traumatized, and re-experiencing the initial trauma. This is the literal heinousness of this crime and what they'll do. Now, if they'll physically assault the target, after they physically assault them, before, during, or after the assault, they'll engage in the physical gestures that a target's already been sensitized to, just like how they tried to sensitize this woman to socks by getting along her route every day and throwing socks along her path. What they'll do with other targets is get along a target's route and engage in certain types of physical gestures, like holding their hands to their face like this throughout the whole time of a bus route, or holding their finger to their mouth like this, or taking their nose and going like this in specific ways, or tapping the top of their head, or finger pointing, or stroking their hair back in certain ways, or taking their hat off and stroking their hair back in certain ways. All normal physical gestures. But it's the amount of times a target experiences it throughout the day is what forms the association. Because you got to also remember there's physical facial expressions that are also deliberately done while these physical gestures are being expedited in order to be able to